Good morning, parents. Good morning, guardians. I want to share my thoughts on the horrific death of 8-year-old Demeria Hollingsworth, who had gone with her cousin, for a summer holiday in their grandmother's house. This happened in the US last month, that's July. Okay, so I believe from the story there is this iPhone, given to them. I think it was collectively owned. It's collectively owned by two of them. So the story had it that a little misunderstanding broke out between them as to who is to use the iPhone. Okay, the grandmother settled the case between them, and everybody thought it had ended there. They went to bed, they slept in a bunk. The 12-year-old cousin, would sleep at the down bunk of the bed, while Demeria, the 8-year-old, normally sleeps on top of the bunk. So in the morning, Demeria was found cold, lying cold. Well, she was lying down very well, nothing, no foul play suspected, but she had died. But, as God will have it, the mom, their grandmom, had a CCTV. That was the only saving grace to this murder case. A CCTV in their room. Remember, we are talking about minors, okay? A 12-year-old and an 8-year-old. Two of them are cousins. One is older, than the other. So when the cops were called and they were able to retrieve videos from the CCTV footage, it was really gut-wrenching. It was a sad tale of betrayal and murder from a minor, from a 12-year-old. Why? Over an iPhone given to these children. So this girl, climbed on top of the bed to the upper bunk of the bed where her 8-year-old cousin was, that's little Demeria, and smothered her with a pillow. Smothered her, snuffed out life out of her with a pillow. Demeria struggled, but of course, the other one was older, and of course, we all can imagine she was taking unawares. This is murdering in cold blood. It didn't end there. When she finished, she confirmed that her cousin had stopped breathing. What did she do? She rearranged her corpse, laid her down as if the little 8-year-old was still sleeping, covered her with a duvet, and what did she do? She climbed down, and then she lied down on her bed and slept peacefully, knowing that her cousin is dead, stone dead, on top of her. No remorse, no nothing, no feeling whatsoever. And what's really resulted, what caused this? A fracas over an iPhone. So please, there are a few lessons I want to share, so parents, guardians, whoever is listening and whoever is responsible for these children to be very, very careful. I had made a video, that modern day effects of modern day gadgets, if it's unguarded, if it's unwashed, can bring problem. What is a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old doing with an iPhone, I ask? I don't want to apportion blame. The girl has died. It's really, really painful. But then, what are they doing? What would they be doing with an iPhone? If there hadn't been one, there wouldn't have even been this, problem that came up that resulted in murder. So please, number one, parents should please be wary. I know some of us Gen Z parents, you want to make your child or children comfortable, then you give iPhone, give Android. No, it's not the best. It is certainly not the best, please. It is never the best for these children, especially when you give it to them and you go to work. You don't know what they are doing with it. You don't know the violence online. I'm sure this girl must have seen, because this is a perfect how to get away with murder. She would have gotten away. She would have gotten away if not for, she didn't know there was a CCTV, camera there. She didn't know at all. That was the saving grace. Else, maybe the grandmother would have assumed, oh, she died in her death. So please, let's monitor. We mustn't, there's a certain age, at least if a child is in SS3, maybe 16, 17, you can give phones, but not to an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, 11, 12. would they be doing with these phones? I ask. Unmonitored, unguided, nobody is, taking responsibility for all these things being given to them. And number two, parents should be very, very careful the things they do in front of the children. When I mean violent relationship, abuse in front of the children, these children are saying, you're abusing their mother, the mother is abusing the father, and then blows. They will hit each other. You're abusing, you're quarreling, physical abuse. They are watching, is registering. The children will be scarred for life. That is, when they grow up, the relationship they are to enter, it will be one problem to the other because they can't settle. The trust is not there because they've seen their parents knowing that they didn't experience a very peaceful marriage. So what? They are okay with abuse. They are okay to do a lot of things to have their way. Tell me a 12-year-old. Tell me how on earth it's just a little problem with the younger cousin. And then she took her life like nothing happened. She slept peacefully like nothing happened. This is cold-hearted murderer. Of course, she'll be checked into a juvenile prison, so to say. She's still a minor. She's not an adult yet. But I know the law will take its course. I think when she gets to the appropriate age to try her, they'll try her. And of course, the law will take its course. But I just thought I'll share to parents, please, try to raise children in love. Try to let children know that it's okay not to have your way all the time. Try to let children know that when you don't get that thing you want, there is always a tomorrow. There is always another opportunity to get it. There shouldn't be bad blood. Teach them the spirit of sportsmanship. If you don't win today, you can always win tomorrow. It's not a do or die affair. It is not one to shed another man's blood. No. So please, parents, guardians, try to raise children with love. Practicalize what you want the children to learn. Show them that it's okay, to have a very peaceful childhood. Tell them it's okay to show affection. So whatever it is, however a home is, that is how the child will be. That is how the children will be. But if it's a chaotic home, parents are always fighting, dad is doing all manner of things, mom, lousy living, always on the phone 24/7, can't even take care of her home, the children will be like that. So you don't have any moral justification to tell the children, oh, your room is dirty, go and do this. No. A time will come, you can't even bend them. They will overwhelm you. They will overpower you. So what do parents do? Some of these parents, they send them to the school thinking that the school will do magic. Hell no. No. The foundation of training starts from the house. It starts from the home. If the home is flawed, the child will be flawed. Make no mistake about that. If the home, has problem, the child is also the child will go that way. His life or her life will be filled with all these issues. The child will be okay to just call people names, use swear words because he has heard it from the home. She has heard it from the home and he or she thinks it's normal. No. So please, it's time for us to do better. It's time for us to stand up to our responsibilities. We mustn't give children everything they want. That is why they are minors. They don't have a mind of their own. And that is why we are their guardians. That is why we are the older ones. We know better. We've experienced it. So they would rather listen to us than just tossing them in the river. Oh, find your way. No, you guide them till they are old enough to take, care of themselves and make decisions. But for now, they don't have a mind of their own. So please, let's be more intentional as to how we raise these children to avoid painful things this way happening, just like the one I shared, the horrific death of Demeria. Thank you very much. See you in my next video. Bye for now.